So, Riz,
So Desi.
what's going on?
What are we doing?
Well, we're testing out the new digs.
Yeah, got a bit of equipment here we thought we'd have a little bit of a go with tonight.
Bit of a,
And I thought this was a really good chance to have a chat with you about a bit of a rumour. There's been some word going around that the Dyna is having some work done.
yeah. Well, to be honest, when is it not getting somebody work done on it? Yeah, no. Look, I've blown it up again, and some may know, some may don't. And if you don't know much about the Dyna, it's a bit of a friend of mine. It's a money pit.
I actually remember the first time I saw it, and that was in its first form, and it was bloody ugly. It obviously was a bike that this man hated. And then he went and did something that looked like... Actually, I think somebody did piss on it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look. Backstory. I 07. The Commonwealth heads of government were in town, and they closed Sydney for the day. And I worked in the city, and of course, nobody was allowed to go. So I ended up going, I'm going to check out Fraser's and have a look at motorbikes. And I walk in, and I'm looking around, and I like stuff understated. And I saw this silver Dyna sitting. I didn't even know it was a Dyna. I just went, I'll have that one.
Silver bike.
Yeah. and I pointed at it, and we rode off with it. And the funny thing of what was, Riz, I've never ridden a bike with forwards, right? So as I was going out the drive, I'm looking for the mids. They fucking didn't have any, did it? And so everyone's kind of got a giggle up, and I'm looking awkward. And then we thought, Saturday morning, pick the bike up. We'll go and get some breakfast as a team. So middle of Newcastle, I'm rolling this brand new Harley, backing it into the thing. There's all these people looking at this brand new Harley. You think I could find the
blinker story?
No, you think I could find the fucking stand? It was like they tucked them right up the back. I nearly walked off and just let the bloody thing drop. But it was pretty. Anyway, that was how it all started.
So that's where the Dyna came from. But we've seen a lot of different things, different iterations of this bike over the years.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit about the Dyna's story, because there's like this rumour that I'm hearing and what's happening with the bike at the moment. I think there's a bit of backstory first.
Yeah, look, it all started when I was on the on-ramp to the freeway at Tuggerah, and there was a sport bike behind me, and I thought, I'll give him a run. And I'm pretty naive, and I learnt that 65 horsepower doesn't get you far. And he made me look bad, and I got enough trouble with that happening as it is without bloody old mate doing it. And in the back of my mind, I always wanted a Harley that could turn up for work, right? Anyway, about 110,000 Ks later, I wore the thing out, and at some point I go, you know what, I'm not buying a new bike. I'm going to double its horsepower and then freshen it up. So we got that done, technically. And every bush bearing got brakes, better suspension, and...
How much extra horsepower did you get?
It's questionable. I was looking for about 1,000, but we pulled it up a little short, about 900 something. And, that's what the dyno chart said. And, of course, I was picking fights with sports bike, and sometimes I won, sometimes I didn't. Yeah.
Ride. Yeah. You're a maniac.
I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But you do show a few sports riders how to ride their bikes.
So that's true. And I think Russell Muddle and I had a bit of a run. Russell runs on a double R Beamer, and that's a pretty quick bike. And I couldn't pass him, but when he pulled up, I was like 5.43, and then I come in behind him, right? Anyway, the motor's banging away, and I'm like, fuck, I think I've just blown the motor up. I said to Russell, totally worth it. That was an awesome run. That was engine number 2.
I was going to say you've gone through a few engines.
Yeah. And then I thought, we'll put an engine 3 in. And then that was done. And then we took it to the track.
Yes. And that was something special to see him ripping around a track on this rusty... I don't know what you call it, crazy looking bike.
But what about the shoulder tap? So I'm in the white group because I'm fast. Apparently I'm not.
Because I was all new to.
No, white's the first group, isn't it?
White, then yellow.
Yellow. I was in the yellow group.
Yes, he nominated himself to go into the yellow.
And apparently I was holding people up. That's bullshit.
So you got the tap and you have to step down.
And everyone clapped when I got bumped down into the white group.
So I suppose that sort of fueled you to want a better engine even more?
Well, no, look, it just didn't turn the corners. It went all right, just didn't turn the corners. A week later, Fleur and and others were coming back from a run to, what's the cherry pie, whatever it is. Anyway, Fleur had the wind in the tail a little bit, and I skipped in behind her. And when I got home, it was making noises. And I'm like, I don't like the sound of that. So
it's
I took
like engine number 4.
Yeah, well, that was engine number 3 done.
Yeah.
And I took it to Anton, and he only lives up the road from me, and I found him quite reliable. And he just said, "No, she's fucked, mate." And
professional opinion.
and I'm like, "Well, would you build this engine?" He said, "Listen, I like you, Gatesy, but no."
Well, he knows how you ride. He knows how you treat your bikes.
100%.
So has that led us to what I've been hearing around the traps, that
What? No one on the coast would work on my bike.
Yeah, pretty much that's the case. And it would take a very special, possibly ignorant person of your riding and how you treat your bikes to take this on. So I think we've actually got the said person online at the moment. Put this back in so I can hear you. Are you there, the captain?
Riss. Captain Riss.
Nice to meet you, mate. Now, before we get off to the start on anything here, I know what it was like for me when I first met Gatesy. I want to know what your opinion of him was when this guy contacted you and told you his story, and what he wanted you to do, and then what you thought when you saw the bike.
Yeah, well, when Gatesy called me, he gave me a fair few warnings on himself and what he's expecting. So
be kind.
I was sort of ready for it.
So what did he tell you he wanted?
Oh, he wanted a quick Harley and one that held together.
Oh, both of those things.
Yeah. Apparently couldn't get those two things together, so we're going to give it a go.
Okay, so you've obviously worked on Harleys before. Have you got a bit of a soft spot for them? What's your background?
Yeah, well, I've been in the bike industry for, I'm getting pretty old now, so 20 plus years. I was in the Jap bike world, and personally, I hated Harleys to start with. Wanted nothing to do with them until I actually rode one, and then that just changed my whole world.
There you go, people. You've got to try it.
You've been spending money ever since.
Yeah. Yeah, well, as soon as I jumped on a Harley, I noticed that you could read the road signs, see the leaves on the trees. It was just a different world. But then, yeah, learning Harleys and having a fast Harley now, producing more horsepower than a sports bike these days. So I'm kind of back in the sports bike world, I guess, with my own personal bike. So
where did you start riding?
When?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I actually wasn't allowed to have a motorbike when I was a kid. My parents wouldn't let me have one because I wasn't. They couldn't trust me on a push bike, so I had to wait until I got a job to buy my first bike. So that was 17, and yeah, just played around dirt bikes, racing motocross, doing enduros. And then it was probably 24. I've rode first Harley. So yeah, borrowed one on a weekend off a Harley shop because I knew the owner.
Didn't bring it back.
I dropped it back Monday and brought me first Harley on Tuesday.
What was it?
It was a night train.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
Soft night train, yeah.
Of course, you did about 3,000 Ks in a day on the loaner.
Yeah, it wasn't quite that much, but yeah, I got some Ks on it.
So you've had a few bikes in your time. If there's a bike that you don't have now that you've sold that you could have back tomorrow, what would it be?
It'll be that night train.
It'll be the night train?
Ooh.
The first one. You never forget your
First love.
Yeah, I sold it to a mate, so I know where it is. So
Oh, that makes it worse because it rubs it in. It's right
So-
there.
yeah, I know where it is though.
So I picked up the phone to the captain and said, "Listen, I don't know you from a bar of soap. Do you know what you're doing?" Sorry about that, mate. Apparently you do.
Well,
So what is the plan with the Dyna? What are we going to do? Or what are you already doing?
yeah, well, I've got it completely stripped down in probably about 15 different boxes and parted out all over the country at the moment.
So that's the crankshaft.
Yeah,
15 different
crankshaft's
boxes.
here. Yeah, so got the crankshaft here, so got that. Yeah, pistons actually finally arrived here yesterday. So it only took a week to get from America to here, and then it took a week to move around Brisbane during the cyclone.
Had to go on a
So-
boat.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, got them all coated up and all pretty looking. So got them back here, and I'll send them off tomorrow with the cylinders to get them all bored out and honed and decked.
So what did you coat them with and why?
So I coated the skirts with a moly Teflon.
This is
just
just
to-
skates proving it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying.
So it's just to help with friction. And if you help with friction, you help with temperature, with heat. So I got that on the skirts and on the crown. Got it. Got a ceramic crowned on top of the crown. Got it ceramic coated to. So it. What's the word I'm looking for?
Is it like when it's on cars where it's sort of like slippery?
Yeah.
the
Slippery. That's what
technical
skirts are called.
Yeah.
And on the crown, it'll stop the heat transfer through the piston. So it'll keep all the heat in the combustion chamber and out the exhaust.
So is that like a space shuttle thing? Like the nose of a space shuttle? Say yes,
Yeah.
say yes. Yeah,
That's what
see.
this is.
So you reckon Gatesy
It's got
might
1,000 horsepower coming. I can smell it.
So Gatesy may
Yeah.
have a bit of trouble blowing this engine up by the sounds of it. You're going to have to work
I'll
real
give it a
hard,
good shot.
mate.
Yeah,
So
well,
was
it's
there
gonna
anything-
be-
You go.
Yeah, well, it's definitely going to be set up properly, so we shouldn't have a drama.
So aside from that, what else you got planned?
Got your heads, got them sent away, get them CNC ported, oversized valves, putting titanium valve springs in it,
Nice.
gotten roller rockers for it, chrome moly
Nice.
push-rods. I want the main thing I'm concerned about is the valve train. I want the valve train to be spot on, so this thing can rev. So that's.
Can you say
that's
that
the only-
again?
Harley rev? Never heard of it. No, but yeah, we should be able to get it to get it up there. So
Well, I think
just
that's what we
wanted all
need,
the-
like the speed. We want the power, but we want it to hold together. So it sounds like
Yeah.
you're working on both of those.
yeah, you can never really have those whole three together for so long, but the plan is it should hold.
Excellent.
We shouldn't have a
Fingers
drama.
crossed.
So everybody cross their fingers.
So what else are you up to on it?
Oh, you're
Oh.
fishing for him to tell you about
Yeah,
the little
I-
leather tassels on the handlebars, aren't you?
Fuck off.
That'll be too pretty for that thing.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we've got the an S&S crank going into it. S&S billet oil pump, cam plates, billet oil squirters. Got these pistons that are all coated up. So
Sounded like a whole
CNC
new
ported.
bike.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much a whole new engine. It's had a bit of a hard life.
Hey.
And that's not from Gatesy either. So
Well, what could you recover out of the old engine that you could use?
the cases,
Nothing.
nothing.
You
No.
crushed my soul, Captain.
Yeah, there's not much. Yeah, I was hoping I could save a fair bit of stuff out of it, but it's all gone.
So no retirement for you, mate.
So, no, keep working. Fuck. So, who's tuning it?
Me.
You're doing everything.
We all done here, built here, set up here, tuned here, the whole lot.
So for people who don't know where you are based, where is here?
Coffs Harbour.
Okay.
Well worth the drive, everyone. Well worth the drive. So how far along? What's done on the motor so far? I know you said you got pistons and whatever. Have you started building out, or are you still waiting for all the bits?
No, I've got it stripped down and I've done a quick clean on it. So I'll send these pistons away, get that all machined. Should have your heads back next week. Cylinders and pistons should be back in a week and a half.
Yep.
And once they get back, I should have everything here for it. And then I can go through, do a final clean, then start assembling it.
So I hope you didn't clean the outside, only the inside.
I'm trying to do that, but
Don't you fucking
clean.
bring it back clean.
It won't be polished clean like I do with everything else, but the engine will be clean, unfortunately.
I expect a discount for that.
Yeah. When it's finished, don't go outside and throw some mud on it.
Thank you,
I was
mate.
going to say, one trip up around Dongog and that thing will come back filthy.
All right, that's good. So what's the timeline now, Captain?
Timeline, hopefully, what have we got, a week and a half? Yeah, should be a month. We should be rolling, making some noise.
Can you lend me some money, Karissa?
You've got a month to make some money.
I got it.
He's like, now he's freaking out.
Yeah, fuck.
No, he's good for it.
So,
The GoFundMe's coming along beautifully.
so in about a month, we're all action. So, the big question is, where'd the captain come from?
I come from out in Inverell.
No, thank you. That's
name.
interesting. But where the name the captain come from?
Oh, Captain Risky.
Oh, that's
like
so
you.
appropriate for you taking on this job.
Fucking oath.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Do you have any questions of me?
For you. Oh,
Are you fucking serious?
not really.
Awkward.
You've highlighted it, and I've talked to a few other people and had visitors that know you, and they've all pretty much said the same thing, and I was just like, righto.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Actually, secretly, Riz,
Yeah.
the captain said I'm a bit excited about this build. Is that true? Or I'll just make that up.
Yeah, I am pretty excited. Like, I've gone through and built a lot of race bikes and that sort of stuff, and race motocross, enduros, all that sort of stuff. Built hundreds of Harleys. Guys go out and race them, power skid them down the highway, wheelies, all that sort of stuff.
Can you say that again? What do they do down the highway?
They race down the highway.
And power skid, did you say?
Yeah, power skid them down the highway. So it's good to actually build one and someone going to test it out.
Yeah, well, it's a decent trip back from Coffs Harbour, so I reckon it'll be tested out before it's back in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Captain, I promise I will.
Absolutely.
Well, I trust Anton, and when he recommended you and you put up with all my bullshit, I thought that actually the more that I spoke to you, the more I understood you knew what you were doing. And I feel very comfortable with the build, and I like that you see a thrashing as a bit of a challenge. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, so am I.
I reckon that we might organise ourselves to come up and witness the collection and trip home.
Smash the bottle on the side.
We'll
empty it first.
By choice. It'll be a good test run back home and to see how it's running.
Settle in. Well, thanks for checking in tonight, Captain. We'll keep in touch through every day. I kind of ring up and go, how's it going? How's it going? How's it going? He says, fuck off, Greg. And
Like your number, right?
yeah. And no, we're not too bad.
You're a very quiet customer, so
say again.
You're a very quiet customer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
He's really excited on this
Some
one.
people that bring us a lot more.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Lee just asked me to ring him more.
Be careful.
Yeah.
though.
No, there's a direct relationship between micromanagement and trust. He just knows more about it than me. That's how it is. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for
cheers, mate.
chatting through. We look forward to checking in again sometime down the track. In the meantime,
Yeah.
make that Harley go.
Fast.
Yeah, we'll do.
Righto, cheers.
Cheers,
So
mate.
what'd you think of that?
It's bloody awesome.
How good's the captain?
Yeah. I can't wait to see what he does with your Dyna.
Got a serious bloody beard going on there.
Oh, he does. And he's confident. Like, it doesn't seem too phased. It doesn't feel like to him you've given him too big a job.
No, it's challenge accepted. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
that he doesn't know what he signed up for.
Yeah, Captain
But-
Risky, I think.
Yeah, I love the Captain Risky. No, thank you, Anton, for giving us the intro and doing the research. He seems like he's the guy. Time will tell.
Yeah.
But the sign's looking good. He's talking all the right things.
He is.
And he's fully understated. You roll into his shop and there's some kick-ass bikes sitting there.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit worried about Phil doing the reverse cowboy on the back of the Dyna. I might have to sanitise the seat. But no, I'm keen. He reckons probably 2 weeks and we're back on. He'll start building the engine.
Yep.
And another 2 weeks to build the engine.
He just sent through some pictures, didn't he? Of
He
some
did.
shiny bits.
The pistons, and they are Teflon and coated with a ceramic
A
top.
ceramic on top.
I've never seen anything like it. It's too good to put in the engine, I reckon. But anyway, look, keen for it. It was good he checked in. If you want a good job done, I'd be interested. I reckon he's shaping up to be the man. That's what I reckon. So,
well, stay tuned.
yeah, I hope I never see him again after I pick it up. I don't need to.
Now you take all your bikes there then. So, Casey, we've got a bit of equipment sitting here.
Well, we do. This room used to be, it's a soundproof music room when the kids grew up, and with guitars, drums. There's 3 layers of sound check. You could kill someone in here and they wouldn't hear you scream outside, apparently.
Apparently.
And it's carpeted, air conditioned, and
This is where the bikes sleep.
this is where the bike, and in fact, the room's cleaner than the bikes, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I thought that actually during COVID, our way of being connected, and in fact, interesting fun fact, 5 years ago today, my life changed because of COVID, and it's not because of how I got impacted by being sick. It was like my work life changed dramatically. It was today, 5 years ago, which has gone pretty quick. But during COVID, the only way we stayed connected was getting drunk and getting on Zooms. Yeah. And it was a bit of fun, and we did a few interviews, and I just thought we were going to start doing that. And tonight was really a bit of a test. It wasn't intended to be, any big production other than a chat with the captain. We're still testing out some of the gear.
See what's working, what we need to do.
Yeah, 100%. So, we'll probably do a couple more of these and settle everything in before we sort of start getting some interesting chats going. And it's our way of keeping connected to the community. And so...
and there's so many people in our community that we would love to showcase and their experiences.
Kevin can get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll showcase you, Kevin. You do a good enough job by yourself.
You do it by yourself.
But you're right. There's lots of
stories, lots of expertise, lots of amazing stuff happening around the traps that would be great to showcase.
100%. So who knows? We're going to...
and there'll be a whole lot of bullshit just thrown in there.
100%.
Because that's what we do well.
We'll have a few bevies and have a bit of a chat. So that's what we're going to do. And there's no big agenda other than to stay connected and take the piss. So I can't wait to see what the captain delivers in the next 4 weeks, and
we'll definitely share that.
watch this space.
Cheers.
Cheers.